action.
Bernie, is that you?
That's me. It's me, Robert. How are you?
Good, how you doing?
Oh, good. It's a good day. Yeah.
Good.
Got my chair.
So do I.
Oh, good. Good.
It's too cold and windy. I think we should just go inside.
You think?
Yeah, it'd be easier.
It's sunny.
Yeah, but the wind she blows.
Oh,
man.
the windy blows. Let's
Yeah.
go inside. All right.
Let's go inside.
Good to see you.
Good to see you.
All right.
Let's go in.
Okay.
You go after me.
All
No,
right.
you go first. I'll go after you.
I'll go first. All right. Well, oh, yes, it is warm in here.
Yeah, it's a little bit warmer. We'll be fine.
Oh, good. You did a lot. It looks good, Robert. It's
Yeah,
good.
thanks.
I think I'll put my chair over here.
Well, I guess I'll put mine over here then.
That's a good spot. That's,
All right.
ah,
Perfect. Perfect. Va bene.
it's good to be here.
It
Good to
is.
be here. Good to be here.
Good to see you. Good to
And-
see you.
And welcome.
So here we are.
So here we are.
This is what we do.
This is what we do more often than we probably should.
Or maybe not often enough.
Oh, maybe not often enough. Who knows?
It's true.
Who's to say?
Who's to say?
Life is just,
Time will tell.
time will tell. Life is just complicated like
It
that.
is.
It is. It is.
It is true. It is true.
All right. Okay, so my brother Robert Mendillo, who's an attorney, has been an attorney for many, many years. We all grew up in Providence. Robert's the fourth Mendillo boy. It's Angelo, Michael, Bernard, Robert, and according to my mother's recollection, she named them following the Italian tradition, where the first child is named after the father's father. So Angelo is named after my father's father. Then Michael, the second child, is named after the mother's mother, who was Michelina, so Michael. Then Bernard, I'm named after my mother's father, which is Bernardo, so that's why I'm Bernard. And then Robert should have been named after my father's mother, which would have been Philomena, so he should have been Philip. But mother said at that point, she said the hell with it, she didn't want to do it anymore. So she named him Robert, and then picked a totally American middle name of Mark, which meant nothing to anybody in the family. So that's how the four of us got named, and how Robert became Robert instead of Philip.
Tough to follow that. So this is my brother Bernie. We call him Bernie. Who lives just a few miles from here. So Bernie's been many things during his illustrious career. As a writer, as a playwright, public relations, historical preservation, things of that nature.
Yeah.
All of which was secondary to his major passion in life, which is being a New York Football Giants fan.
Right. Yes. As you can see, we're New York Giants fans. We
And
dress
I-
this way all the time, not just, well, most of the time. Yeah.
Yes, and I, more than my other brothers, have been his disciple in that regard.
Right. I should mention that Robert is only known by Robert to about 14 people. The whole world calls him Bob Mondello, but we all call him Robert, and the kids call him Uncle Robert. I don't think, oh no, they call you Uncle Bob.
Oh,
They
yes.
call you Uncle Bob.
Some
But
kids don't.
your wife, your own children, me, our brothers, we all refer to you as Robert.
This is true.
Yes, well, I'm always just Bernie. Yeah.
True.
Yeah, so that's that. But this is Robert's house. Not his house, this is Robert's garage. His beautiful house is over there. I'll let my brother explain about the bays.
Correct. So, when we moved here, gee, how many years?
Oh, God.
1983, the fall of 1983, so that's 37 years
Wow.
in a row, I think. Yeah, 37 years in a row. we've
Always
lived
in this
here.
house.
Always in this house. But
Yeah.
this is not the house.
No,
This is the garage. So
Right.
we had a very small house
that's right.
with a very large 3-bay garage,
Yes.
detached,
Detached.
separate from
Yes.
the house. And then, with the help of my father-in-law, Jim
Yeah.
Bixby,
Yeah.
who had his own studio.
Right.
He converted his own studio,
Yeah.
his own garage
Yeah,
at his house
Yeah.
in Rhode Island, into which he called a studio. I don't know why, but that's what he calls it.
Yeah.
And he had a wood-burning stove,
Right.
and then a refrigerator, and they would play cards out there and mostly drink.
Yeah.
And then he used that studio
Yeah.
to collect 30 to 40,000 golf clubs
That's right.
in golf memorabilia.
His famous golf club
Right.
collection.
Which is another story in itself. So in any event, he helped me convert Bay 1
Of your 3-bay garage.
of my 3-bay garage, Bay 1, to the studio by putting in the wood-burning stove, which he did.
Yeah.
And then we put in partitions. And then Robert Mendillo, who lived out here for a while, put in this nice ceiling type.
Right.
Although
Fabric.
this wasn't the original. Bunny
Yeah.
Petawudi helped me with this
Okay.
to create this Casbah effect.
Right, yes.
Right.
Yes. It
So
looks like waves.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So,
So this
yeah.
is Bay 1,
This is
a.k.a.
Bay-
the studio.
AKA the studio.
And then you have
Bay 2.
Bay 2,
And then the third bay is,
the Bay of Pigs.
of course, which
Has nothing
isn't
to
that well maintained.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. But how could you resist?
How can you resist having a
Right.
Bay of Pigs?
Now,
Yeah.
of course, and behind us here is our father,
Our Father who art in Providence.
Providence's
Yeah.
barber chair,
Yes.
which, when he retired, he took to the basement on Sherman Street.
Yes.
But then when we sold the house on Sherman Street and had the Last Supper there,
Right.
we moved this to here, and it's where it remains. It's
But-
a functioning chair.
but you don't
so
cut
it goes up
hair
and
in
down.
it. You don't-
No.
No.
Although one of it should have been a barber.
One that should have involved made
Right.
Dad proud.
Yeah.
But anyway, we talked about humor starting, and I've always said this in my own life, that it started at our dining room table, our Formica dining room table,
Right.
where we would sit every night. Mom would make macaroni almost every night.
Right.
Dad would come home, that we'd be sitting down, the 5 of us, well, yes, right, the 4 boys and mother, and Dad would come in through the hallway, and just sit right down, and the food would be ready, and we'd start eating. And we'd tell
Like
stories
clockwork.
and jokes. And then, of course, Dad's like me, or I'm like Dad. I'm not very good, unlike you, at telling jokes. I forget the punchline, I get screwed up. But Dad only told one joke. The Honda joke, the Honda Fonda.
Right.
And what made it so funny was it would take him a half hour to tell a joke that should take 30 seconds.
That's true.
Because he'd get started, he'd say, how would he start it? If Henry Fonda, and then he'd say, no. And then he'd say, if Henry Fonda married Peter, no, if Henry Fonda married Rhonda something, and you get confused, Rhonda Fleming.
Rhonda Fleming.
If,
Right.
If Rhonda Fleming, no, and he'd start over again. If Henry Fonda married Rhonda Fleming, and then bought her a Honda, no, yes. If Henry Fonda married Rhonda Fleming and bought her a Honda, and we'd all be waiting at this point, because then he'd still mess up. He'd say it'd be Henry, no, it'd be Henry Fonda, no, it would be Rhonda Fleming's, no, and he'd go on, and finally he'd say, it would be Rhonda Fonda's Honda. And he'd smile like he told him perfectly. And every time it got funnier, and Mom, you could tell, was always on the verge of boiling over. But even she appreciated it.
Right.
And it would take forever. People often ask us, why are you Giants fans, even though we live in Massachusetts?
People ask you that question.
We ask that question.
They ask me that question as
Yeah,
well.
right. All the time.
All the time.
Why-
We've answered it. We may as well answer it here.
We'll let the world know.
Right.
Because when we were younger, there were no Patriots. The Giants were the only team. The Patriots did not come into existence until 1960.
Correct.
And were terrible for about 30 years. So we were as I said to my daughter Holly in her sports blog, we were Giants fans then, and Giants fans we've remained.
Right.
And they made it to the championship game in 56, 58, 59. People forget there was 59. Then 60, 61, and 62.
Right.
Creating the golden age of football.
Correct.
And the 58 game, which I remember,
Right.
you were only 4 years old.
Right. The overtime.
The overtime, the greatest game ever played against the Baltimore Colts. Remember watching it in our parents' living room.
True. Greatest at that time.
At that time.
Because
Because
we
now
have an agreement.
we're on agreement.
The greatest game, sporting event, and to those who know, the greatest event in Western civilization.
Correct.
was the Giants beating the Patriots in Super Bowl 42.
Right. That's the high point of man's achievement in the
Yes.
history of the world.
That's right.
You know.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
That's right. No, no. So no, that's by far the greatest day of our lives.
Come on, Giants.
Come on.
Get him.
Get him!
Get him.
Get him! Get him!
I'm gonna have a heart
Please don't have a heart attack. Please don't die over
I'm
this.
not. You can.
It's just a
We don't live
What do you
to
think?
good way to die.
What do you think?
I think
I don't even know how we got the
I
lead.
think sack.
I don't know how we got the lead. What's your
I
sack?
think sack.
Yeah, we're gonna sack him.
They're gonna score
Get
on
him.
this play.
Get him. Get him.
Nope.
Incomplete.
No way.
Incomplete.
5 seconds.
We're 1 point away from being Super Bowl champions.
They have to score on this play.
They have to score on this play.
Oh my God!
This is a long pass. I don't know
Wait,
what
we're off. We're off.
They're on
I'm
the
like
40.
the 50.
What down is it?
Okay, they gotta go. They gotta go with 52 yards. Everyone see? Can everyone see?
Yeah.
Only watching 3. I don't like it.
I like it.
I like it. We're gonna get them.
Come on.
Yes.
Come on, JB.
Get him.
Get him. Get him, JB.
on.
Get him.
Oh, we almost
God,
did it.
mother
Help
of
us.
God.
Oh no,
Get down,
no,
Ben.
no!
No flag.
So, Bernie, I heard this joke.
Yeah?
Old couple, they go to the doctors.
Yeah.
Yeah, the doctor says, how you doing? They say we're fine, but, we're forgetting things all the time. So he said, well, I think you're in good health, but, at your age, everyone forgets things, so you should just try to write things down. It'll help you remember things. So they say, fine. So they go home that night. They're watching TV, and the wife says, I'd like some ice cream. And the husband says, I'll get it for you. I'll go get some for you. She says, you better write it down. I want vanilla ice cream. He says, no, I can remember that. Come on. So he says, all right. She says, all right, and I want, put some walnuts on it. So he says, all right, vanilla ice cream with walnuts. And she says, you better write this down. You're going to forget. No, I can remember it. What else? She says, well, there's whipped cream in the refrigerator. That too. All right, so vanilla ice cream, walnuts, whipped cream.
Yeah.
You better write it down. You're going to forget. Won't forget. So he goes into the kitchen. She hears some noise. About 15 minutes later, comes back in, and he says, here you go, honey. Here's bacon and eggs. She says, I told you should have written it down. You forgot the toast.
Now that's
Bernie,
humor.
That's humor.
That's
You
humor,
can't
sir.
make this stuff
You
up.
can't make this stuff up. All right. We always tried to tell funny stories
Right.
at the dinner table,
Right.
and then many years later, we decided we could profit by this
Right.
and publish a magazine,
Exactly.
which we named
Mandelas Magazine.
Mandelas Magazine.
Right.
And we thought that would be and we enlisted Angelo and Michael, sort of willingly.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
Once
Yeah.
they got into it, they were fine.
Right.
And Angelo came up with the overall concept. It's like having Sunday dinner with the Mondello boys.
Exactly.
A tad arrogant, but
I have them here, by the way.
of course.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
So this was our first ever issue, Mandelas Magazine, Volume 1, Number 1. It's like having Sunday dinner with the Mondello boys, and there we are in our iconic photograph, which maybe we could read right now. So with hats and glasses,
Right.
with hats and no glasses,
No glasses.
and then with glasses, but no hats.
See, we can still do it.
We can still do it. And we never knew if there was the enigmatic fourth one, which would have been no hats and no glasses, which there is no photo of that. So that's why we only have 3.
We don't know why.
So with hats and glasses became a family rallying cry.
Maybe it was time to eat. We couldn't
Yeah.
take time for another picture.
Yeah, maybe we didn't have time. I don't
Oh, we
know.
didn't have
Our
enough-
mother said,
we
food
didn't
to on
have
this,
film.
let's eat.
Right.
And so these are our 6 issues and our Mandello 1994
1994.
Mondello Boys Calendar, where we mention many things of interest For instance, July 20th, 1981. Bernie's daughter Holly Annie is born, soon to start talking and never stop. And then 1969, man lands on the moon. And then July 29th, one of Robert's gems, leap year observed in backward countries. You gotta love it.
You gotta love
So
it.
it goes on and on and on. There's various pictures of the family.
And our operating principle for that
Yeah.
is everything is in there is true or should be true.
Or should be true, right? Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. I'm gonna put my hat back on, Brady.
But it wasn't to be. Maybe its time had not come.
Right.
Maybe we could do it again now. I don't know. But anyway. So anyway, but it's a testament to the fact that we were a probably typical Italian family that got
Right.
together for most meals,
That's right.
especially Sunday dinner, and had great conversation.
That's right.
Something
That's right.
missing today many times in life.
It's true.
Yes.
It's true.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Hey, so Brady, I got another joke.
Oh, okay.
All right. So let me try if I can see if I can remember this one. Oh, strike that. I'll start again. All right. Wait a minute. All right. So Brady, I got another joke.
All right. Good.
Two old guys. They're sitting around. He says, "Hey Joe, went to a great restaurant the other night. It was just one of the best meals ever." Oh, what's the name of it? He said, I can't remember. Come on, you got to be able to remember it. No, I can't remember. Come on. No, so, all right. What do you call that flower that and it's red and has a nice smell, but it has thorns on it? The other guy says, "Rose." He says, "Oh yeah, Rose." And he says, "Hey Rose, what's that restaurant we went to the other night?"
Now that's humor.
It's good humor.
That's good humor. That was good.
Didn't see it coming.
Didn't see it coming at
Didn't
all.
see it coming.
I thought the name of the restaurant was going to be Rose, and I thought the guy would say, no, Gardini or something.
That's right.
That was pretty good.
That's right.
All right.
Bernie, where'd you go?
I was cold.
Yeah.
So I had to put my coat on, my Giants coat, of course.
Of course, yeah.
And I thought we could warm up a little quicker
Ah.
with some Courvoisier.
Hey, che bella cosa.
Okay, Bella Cosa. Here you go.
Thank
Which
you,
was
grazie.
Dad's brandy.
Right.
Yeah.
Nice glasses.
Thank you. Courvoisier. Okay.
Oh, it says Cavassier right on.
It says, yeah. So, here you go.
Well, that holds about what? 7 or 8 ounces?
7 or 8 ounces.
Yeah.
And this is the way Dad would always pour brandy. And it wasn't a joke,
Thank you.
but it was something he did that was funny. And he would do it every time. The other thing he did, whenever we had...
Wait, you sure?
What?
It wasn't a joke, but he just... What do you mean? I thought you said it was a
It wasn't a
joke.
joke. It was funny. So again, Dad would walk and he'd pour brandy, but he'd always shake, either because he thought it was just funny to shake, or he thought it was... people think he was drunk or something. In fact, I've done this so many times that we have friends who do it, who never met Dad, obviously. And my friend Larry McGann does this all the time. He pours like this. So anyway, there we go.
The other thing he would do was sometimes if it was bringing in drinks
Yes.
to people,
Yeah.
he would have like a tray of drinks and
Yeah.
he'd come in and he'd go, pretend to slip.
To
but never
pretend to
would.
slip. Yeah. So those weren't jokes per se, but they were funny things he did.
Right. I still do that.
Cheers.
If I'm bringing
Salud.
coffee to Lynn.
Do
Salud.
you?
Salud.
All right, salud. I'd probably fall if I tried it. So that's
First of the day.
first of the day.
Not
yeah.
for you, probably.
No, I had one at 7 o'clock this morning when I got up to make coffee.
Did you really?
Yeah, I usually have a shot every morning.
Well,
I
Dad
sit
had a
by
shot
my-
every morning.
Dad had a shot every morning. I sit by myself in the dark living room. Sometimes I say good morning house, and I think about my life, and I have not even a full shot. I have like a half a shot, just to kind of get the heart going,
Sure.
calm you down a little bit, and then I bring up coffee for Robin and myself. While the kids are still asleep.
Yeah.
Remember the kitchen? And the trip to the dump? When was that? Where was it? Is it the kitchen you have now? No. They all got destroyed after when you remodeled.
Remodeled it, right. And then that was remodeled out of existence.
So what were we doing? You were putting in a new kitchen.
Right.
And we had like cabinets that we were going to install ourselves. it down.
had to tear down the walls, which had, what was it called, like rock wool?
Rock wool
Insulation.
It was like from 1850.
It was like cotton balls of probably asbestos
Asbestos.
that they just threw in the wall.
Yeah.
And you could pick out.
Yeah. And we didn't have gloves, masks, or anything, except for
Wow.
our glasses.
Who needs
We were
masks?
pulling this stuff out. So then you borrowed a pickup truck. From who?
From Jim, my father-in-law.
Yeah.
So then we fill up the pickup truck with all the
Loose. We
Loose.
just threw it loose.
it would be like shearing. It would be like taking the wool off of sheep
Thousands of sheep.
and dumping it into an open pickup truck.
And we had to go to the dump, which is like 3 miles away,
3
right?
miles away.
So, but then we dawned on us, this stuff might blow out.
Right.
So we had some paneling.
This paper thin barroom paneling of a 1/16 of an inch,
At the most. Right.
4 by 8, 16 of an inch.
And we put that on top, but then that was going to blow.
We're looking in the back window and it's taken off.
So I go out, we stopped the car first, and I go out and I lie down on top of the paneling, which is on top of all the rock wall. And you start driving,
You're going up.
and the wind is picking me up, and I'm holding it down, and stuff is flying out. And then all of a sudden you pull over. And I said, why'd you pull over? And you said, why?
There's a
you
policeman behind us.
Yeah. So at this point, I can't stop laughing. You're getting mad, saying, be quiet. So then what?
So,
The cop came up to you.
So the cop came, I thought quickly, because I didn't have a license.
You never liked
I didn't have my wallet.
the car wasn't
You had
registered
nothing.
or something.
It's my father-in-law's car.
Oh, and we were dressed.
with Rhode Island plates.
We looked like we just come out of a coal mine.
We had all this asbestos all over.
We
Whatever
were
the hell it was.
filthy. We were filthy.
Filthy.
We had no identification, no money, no
identification.
wallet, no nothing.
And there's rock wool all over the street, the main street.
Right.
So I didn't get out of the car. I think I did.
You got out of the car.
This was back. This is 30 years ago. Back when maybe you could get out of the car and the police just wouldn't shoot you.
When you shoot you down, right? And I think I was still lying on the
You
stuff.
were lying on top. So I got out. I said, "Officer, my brother and I are stupid.
Yeah. That was the best line you could have said.
We are remodeling our house. He's helping me. This is debris. This is my father-in-law's truck from Rhode Island. He lent it to me. And I'm very sorry. We never should have done this. We're stupid. We're gonna go back home now." And he said, "Clean it all up, and I don't want to see you again." I said, "Yes, officer."
Yes, officer.
So I picked up the rock wall as best as I could,
We
threw it on top of you, and we went back.
I got back down to hold it on. You turned around. We never made it to the dump.
No, I think we flushed it down the toilet or something.
Yeah, it's good for
That's right.
it's good for the water. I'll work.
Ah, jeez. That was great.
One of our infamous projects was the doors to these very bays. But not this one. This one came out great. But the one in Bay 2?
Bay 3, the Bay of Pigs.
Bay Pigs.
Right.
So what do we have to do? Oh, you had the driveway resurfaced?
Somehow, like the bottom 6 or 7 inches of one of the doors
Yeah.
had rotted out.
Oh, okay. It was
I
just
think.
that. Right.
And
We had to repair it.
we had to repair it.
So we measured everything. We measured everything 15 times. We took the door off. We put it on our sawhorse. And with precision, we cut off the unnecessary 3 inches. We put it back up, and there was a hole about a foot high. So we had cut off
You could drive a small car through
right.
through the door without opening it.
And so we cut off about 15 inches instead of 3. We did something wrong. And then we're standing there looking at it, and your family friend,
Lorraine? Right.
came up and said, the doors are too short.
Yeah.
And then, of course, our greatest engineering feat, which was illegal. So maybe
We shouldn't mention that.
we should mention that.
Well, you have to bring it up.
You can end it here. All right, whoever's recording this, stop this right now. This can't be part of it.
Wait, what was it?
No. So, what do you think? You think how do you think the Red Sox are going to do next year?
Wait, what was it?
Well, we can't
Yeah,
talk
we
about
can't
this.
talk
What
about
was
it.
it?
Can't talk about it.
No, it
No.
involved a big lever.
No,
But we can't
You
talk about
can't
it.
say you
talk-
can't go it.
We're
You
not
can't
talking
start
about
that.
No, Robert.
we're
you know,
not talking about it. It's like the guy in Moonstruck. I'm not talking about it.
You said nothing, and that's all I'll
I
say.
have nothing to say.
Yeah.
I've said too much.
I said too much. But whatever we did, we usually painted.
Right.
Which led us to, except for Mandelas Magazine, the second greatest commercial endeavor of our life, the Gray Painting Company. What do we paint gray first? This garage?
The garage. I think we painted the garage gray first.
We painted the garage gray,
Right.
and then someone asked us to paint something else. Did Lynn, your wife Lynn, ask us to paint?
Maybe.
And we said no. She said, why not? And we said, you say it.
We only. All right. We said we can't do that because we're the gray painting company.
Right.
We only paints gray. We only paints outdoors.
Right. That became our motto. We paints gray. We only paints gray. We only paints outdoors.
She wanted us, I think, to paint something inside.
Might have been this very studio.
Inside
Yeah.
here and not gray.
And not gray. She wanted the studio like purple.
Right.
You know, and for maybe for Robin Dutra.
Maybe for Robert
We
Mendillo.
said no. We
Right.
only paints gray. We only paints outdoors.
Right.
And then we had a color chart. It
Yes.
was all the different colors.
Which is in Mandelas
It was
Magazine.
in
I
Mandelas
think.
Magazine.
Some off gray colors.
Yeah.
Like
So,
red.
Red was considered off gray.
Right.
Black was considered very dark gray. And white was very, light gray.
I don't know why that company didn't do
I don't
well.
know why we didn't get any custom. Oh, we had a shingle,
That's right.
and we painted it gray.
Right.
We said we go to customers and say, the woman would say, I want my house to be blue.
Right.
We say, well, ma'am, I'm sorry, it has to be this color. You really want this color
You'll like it.
because we paints gray. We only paints gray. We only paints outdoors. We plays in all weathers. That's our motto. And she didn't. So
They didn't appreciate the humor.
that was, of course, the CHFL.
Right.
The Sherman Hill Football League. Where is where? Where's Sherman Hill? It's
About
down
a
the
half
road.
mile away.
Yes, it's next to a school.
Next to the Sherman Hill School.
The Sherman Hill School.
Which raises the question, what was first?
What was
The
first?
hill or the school?
I don't know. You came up with the league when?
1987, I think.
So
I
I
have
was
it in your book on
in
the
my
history
book.
of the Sherman Hill
Football,
Football.
yes. So I was born in '48. So I was 40 when I started playing.
Well past your prime.
Well past my prime. I was past my prime when I started playing in the Sherman Hill Football League. So we started. It was co-ed, but there
Yes.
weren't many women.
Right.
A few women.
Few
played.
women.
So we played
Kids.
every Sunday
Right?
for 23 weeks. We mirrored the NFL season,
Right.
but not preseason. So we
No
started
preseason.
on opening day.
Right?
We played through the bye week. We
Yes.
played, even though the pros didn't.
Right?
Then we played through all the playoffs.
Right?
We played the bye week before the Super Bowl.
Right.
And then we ended on our own Super
Our
Bowl.
own Super Bowl.
Yes. And you were the quarterback of our team. There was always our team and their team. There were two teams. So you and I always played in the same team.
Right.
And if Michael came, he'd be on our team.
Right.
But our brother Michael. But other than that, we had some young kids.
Yes. Young kids, old kids.
Yes.
Men, women.
Men, women. Robin played for a
Carpenters,
while.
lawyers,
Lynn played
doctors.
for, yes.
Criminals.
Criminals. Oof.
On that note,
Yeah. We
as
need some-
Dad would say, you can't fly in one wing.
Can't fly in one wing. All right. Here we go.
Which reminds me of a joke.
Oh, good. Yeah.
Oh, that's fine. That's fine.
Okay. Yeah.
Good. Couple goes to the doctors because the husband isn't feeling good at all.
Yeah.
He's been sick for months. So the doctor examines him and he says, all right, go outside. He said, I got to talk to your wife. And he says, all right. So the guy goes out into the waiting room and says, the doctor wants to see you. So she walks in and she says, yes, doctor. And he says, well, he says, you know, I'm sorry. I've got some, well, I guess I would say bad news and, you know, maybe good news regarding your husband. The bad news is that he has this odd condition that, you know, I mean, he could be, he doesn't have long to live. Oh my God. He said, but he said, there's you know, there's studies that there's one thing that could cure it is that you have to have sex with him 3 or 4 times a day for probably 3 weeks. And I think if you do that, there's a very good chance that you'll be fine. She says, thank you, doctor. And he says, do you understand? She says, oh, I understand. He said, okay. So she goes out into the waiting room. The husband is there, and she says, let's go. And he says to her, well, what did he say? And she said, he said you're gonna die.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
know. Yeah.
You mean now?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought. Okay.
No, it's fine.
Well, I just noticed out here in the studio that this is the famous overtime log. Sunday, 20th of January, '08, New York Giants 23, Green Bay 20 in overtime. So, we were watching, we had a fire going in the fireplace, and we said, should we put another log in? And Robert said, it might be overtime, you need another log. So we threw this log in the fireplace, but then it didn't burn out completely, so we saved it, and Robert took it here and kept it as the overtime log from the game, the championship game, which led, of course, to Super Bowl 42, the greatest achievement in the history of Western civilization. So, that's it, the overtime log. There's all kinds of stuff here for the Giants. You know, Giants center of the football universe, their uniforms, and whatever that thing is, and this sign, and New York Giants 1990 Super Bowl 25 champions. That's when the missed field goal, which was much more difficult than everybody thought, and Uncle Bob's got Mickey Mantle and Ted Williams, circa 1951. Joe DiMaggio, Joltin' Joe. Where have you gone, Joe DiMaggio? A lonely nation turns its eyes to you, which is from the song from, what's the movie? The Graduate. Where have Joltin' Joe has left and gone away. That was Joe DiMaggio. My mother loved Joe DiMaggio, even though he's a Yankee. And that's the famous Carl Yastrzemski, who my brother Michael and Robert, of course. And it was at a BU graduation where Carl Yastrzemski got an honorary degree. And he's holding a beer, as you can see, and he, Michael, and Robert got together after the ceremony somewhere. There's all kinds of memorabilia in here. There's a jigsaw puzzle that Robert made. 2007 World Champions, the best. Underdogs no longer. Red Sox sweep series again. They beat the Rockies 4-3. So the first 2 World Series they won, they swept them, 4 games each. And speaking of baseball, this is Robert's notes from his coach, the legendary Carl Todi of LaSalle Academy in Providence, Rhode Island, and it said things like, practice starts promptly at 2:45 each day. This allows 10 minutes to hustle down to the locker room, dress, and hustle out. Carl Todi believed in hustle and the qualities of a good ball player. Hustle, enthusiasm, seriousness, self-sacrifice, dedication, loyalty, concern, humility, and a real honest to good hustler. He kept saying hustler. The name of the game is hustle, so by golly, hustle all the way. That was Carl Todi. His expression always was by golly. I mean, I was a raving lunatic, but a good baseball coach. World Series champions 2018. My father's legendary license plate. This is good.
Alright.
M182.
I don't know why this isn't working.
That's okay. I'm explaining some memorabilia
Okay.
on camera here. So it's Rhode Island. That's Dad, our father, who out in Providence. Rhode Island M182. This was from 1966. And our brother Angelo now has the M182 license plate because in Rhode Island, you can sell license plates to people. So if you have a license plate and someone likes it, you can sell it to them. It's crazy. The only state does that. So Robert always hosts, I almost said Halloween. Robert always hosts the 4th of July here.
In July.
In July, usually on the 4th of July.
Yeah, I tried.
And of course, fireworks are illegal, but they can be had for ready money. So
You're an old man or a kid.
You know, a man or a kid. So one year, Robert went to New Hampshire. Hooks it. If I remember correctly, you went to the store, and how was the guy? What did the guy look like?
The guy is in the is behind the counter.
Where they're legal. Fireworks are legal.
Legal.
Yeah.
Well, So I
Oh.
said, I went in, I was trying to be cautious. I said, you know, I'm from Massachusetts. I don't know why I brought that up. I was probably dumb.
Yeah.
And he said, well, I don't need to know that. He said, you're getting fireworks to put on a show, right? A show. So I said, yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
So meanwhile, he's there, and I'm not kidding. He's got bandages on his hands, and his forehead is bleeding. Like, what happened to you? This is like 2 o'clock in the afternoon.
Yeah.
One got away from me last night. So at any rate, $100 later, we leave with a trunk full of fireworks, prime fireworks.
You were there by yourself.
No, Walsh was with
Oh,
me.
yeah.
We had an appearance in bankruptcy court.
Well, what about the last one you bought? Didn't
Huh?
you say you need this one or something? The last one, which became our last one.
Oh, the finale.
The finale. He
That's
said
right.
you need this one or something.
Yeah, so we had everything together, and he said, "You want to have a finale for your show, don't you?" And I said, "Yeah." So he came. He says, "This will be your finale."
Big tube.
Big tube. Big tube.
All right, so 4th of July comes. We have a good day. We make sausages, hot dogs, chicken,
Right.
Rhode Island pizza, which is without cheese. That's another story.
Right.
And at the time, your dog was
Merlin.
Merlin. Not
Merlin.
Wabash?
Not Merlin. Nope.
Oh, okay.
Merlin.
A
German
German
Shepherd.
Shepherd.
German Shepherd.
So we
Rescue
just,
dog.
Robin and I decide to put on a show, and we enlist Brother Michael,
Brother Michael.
who's usually very conservative in
Right.
life.
Right.
But something's happened.
The Fawoki
The
fever got him.
For
I
all-
was being the voice of
you being the
reason
voice of reason, which is uncharacteristic.
in moderation.
Yes. And Michael and I lost our minds. We had wearing goggles, and Robert had all these fireworks set up for Okie and Okie fever. We just lighted them, and you kept cautioning, "Be careful, they're gonna fall over." We said, "No." We kept lighting them. Things were going up and blowing up and going like crazy.
For some reason, as opposed to using a perfectly flat surface of the driveway,
Yeah.
we got a rickety old bench
An old bench.
that was falling apart and decided to put the Fawoki on that.
Yeah, we put 3 of those things that had 16 things
Right,
in them.
right.
So we light them. You're saying, slow down. And Michael and I saying, no, we light all 3. And they start shooting up, and the bench starts rocking back and forth. And then the bench falls over. So we all go running. And for some reason, my wife Robin was there. And I don't know who else was there, like 5 or 6 people. And we all go running in the bays and shut the doors. And we can hear the fireworks smashing against the bays. They're going up all the way. And meantime, the guests are horrified. And they're moving further and further
They're
away.
taking their children, going behind the garage,
Going behind the garage hiding.
laying down on the ground.
So then, undeterred, we come out after the 48 fire. What were they? They were like Roman candles.
Yeah,
Yeah, but each one went up separately. Boom, boom, boom,
Italian. There was Italian-seeking missiles.
boom. Italian seeking missiles. They were chasing us. So we come out, and you had the last one, the grand
last
finale.
one.
We said, everybody get ready for the grand finale.
I think a few of those went into the house.
Yes.
We had
they
to
hit
run
the
upstairs and
floor.
put them out.
Yeah, Uncle Angelo was running around shielding children.
Right.
So then we come out, and we set up the last one, which is a big tube.
Big tube.
And you run up and you light it up with a match that's like this big. So you had to practically stick your whole hand in the slot and you light it and you look inside. Say, I think it's going, and you come running back and we wait and the crowd is waiting and we wait and then Merlin runs up and sticks his nose in the tube. And we're yelling, Merlin, get away from there! Get away! Because he would have been he would have been exploded.
And then, a split second later, boom! We
Yeah.
hear boom. And well, there's a great noise. And then we think that's it. And maybe 5 seconds later, you look up. The sky lights up. You could be playing night baseball in the backyard. It was so bright.
This purple chrysanthemum.
Chrysanthemum.
Oh, on the way up, it cleared all your trees
All
by
the
this
trees.
point. There were like 1 million trees, and somehow it found its way through all the branches. Otherwise, it would have come down. Yeah.
Went up about 500 feet. And this chrysanthemum just lights up,
Fills the sky.
fills the sky. And Maryland is fine.
Yeah.
No one's
fine.
killed.
Everyone's killed. It's the
Few
greatest
birds.
show we ever put out.
A few birds here and there.
Yeah.
Great
Michael
show.
survived. We all survived. The kids survived. Everyone went home happier. And all I can remember is that thing lighting up the whole sky. Ah,
God bless America.
God bless America.
We were rolling.
All right. So getting back to the Sherman Hill football league,
Yeah.
a lot of people played over the years.
Yes.
And the funny thing is, we played with these guys every Sunday,
Right.
year after 20 years. So
Right.
you played for 25 years?
30.
30
No.
years.
Yeah, I think 30.
Yeah.
Yeah, at least 25.
And we never knew their names.
First names
We
only.
knew first name.
Yeah.
And some people we just knew by, like the kid with the brown hat.
Right, right.
There's the kid with the brown. We never
That's
knew
right.
his name.
You don't know his name.
If we had to call him, or if he died on the field, we would know who to call.
We would know who to call.
We call the police and say the kid with the brown hat just
Right.
died.
Right.
Can you help us?
There's another guy named Buddha. Remember Buddha?
Buddha. We never
Buddha.
knew what his
We
name
didn't know
was.
what his name.
Right, in the bus.
Years later, Buddha delivered a package to me. He was working for UPS.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't
I
know
said,
that.
"You're Buddha." He said, "You're the commissioner." I said, "Yeah. How you been?" I said, "Good. How you been?" He said, "I've been good too." That was it.
That was
I haven't
it.
seen him
As
since.
well it should be. You know,
Right.
we don't get too close, you know.
Right.
He sat on the ground. He actually called out plays.
Called out plays.
You should do this. You should
Right.
blitz. You should do that.
He was a good strategist.
He was a good strategist, but a terrible player.
Mm.
Almost as bad as No Hands Cohen.
Mike No Hands Cohen.
No Hands
I
Cohen?
should have mentioned Mike No Hand Cohen's full name, but I guess I just have.
We used to say he wore Teflon gloves. He wore gloves that
Catch
just
me with
catch repellent gloves. The ball would in his hands and just fly off because he had this like
The gloves were made out of polyester.
Yeah.
And then he had a faux, like a Naga high pad.
Yeah.
So the ball would come in and just take
And
off.
just take off. He couldn't possibly catch a ball.
He'd come in at 20 miles an hour and it'd take off
Yeah.
at 70.
He'd take off, go off faster.
Right.
But he was a good player. He ran good patterns, but he just never could catch the ball. I think he caught one touchdown pass once, and
Right.
that made his career. So, as we look back over the 20 years I played,
Yeah.
30 years you played?
I think so. I got to check that out.
All right.
I either played 5 more years than you or 10. I think I might have gone 10.
Okay. So if I was 60, you were 56.
Well, you retired the year,
Super Bowl 42,
which was what? January of
2008. Because it was 2007 season,
2008.
2008.
Okay. So I think I retired in 2018.
Oh, so you played 10 more years. So in all those years,
Right.
there are two plays. Well, one, repeat, there's one specific play,
Right.
which we refer to as the play.
Right.
Super Bowl 3. Our Super Bowl 3.
Our Super Bowl 3.
But then there was the famous play we ran over and over and over again,
Right.
called
The chair.
the chair. You'd say, Bernie, run the chair. no other, both sides knew what it was. You should show our people. Here you go.
It's true. It's true. All right. So luckily we have some diagram area here. So here's the line of scrimmage.
Right,
So I'm the quarterback over here. We're going this way.
right,
Bernie would be over here
right.
as the wide receiver. And invariably, when you went up to the line of scrimmage, the defense would say, "Watch out, Bernie's gonna run the chair."
Watch out for the chair.
Which invariably you did. So the chair was on height. Bernie would go straight up, then go over this way. You can see the chair almost forming, right? We
I'd
go
stop.
straight up, stop, go over to the right.
Look back to you.
I go over here maybe a little. I fake it to him over there.
And I put my hands up like I was going to catch it.
And then he would go up, creating the chair. Which 9 out of 10 times, despite everyone knowing that we were going to run the chair, because for the last 12 years of his career, all he did was run the chair. It would be completed for a long gain or a touchdown.
Right. And the defender would always come to try to make the interception.
Right.
Yeah.
Who was usually 30 years younger than you,
At least
if not
30
40 years younger.
40 years younger than me sometimes, yes. Yes.
God, the chair.
The chair.
What a play.
It kept us going for years and years and years. Maybe we
Transition?
should show them how it worked.
The chair?
Yeah.
The
chair.
chair. The
Okay.
chair.
All right.
All right.
Let's go outside. Do we need brandy for this? No.
No, we need it afterwards.
Afterwards.
All right.
Okay.
Where's the football?
It's in this box right here. It's deflated. Like,
Oh.
Well, it's not flayed, but it's soft. Oh, okay. Like Tom Brady.
Oh, yeah, I'm using it.
Okay.
Yeah. Brady, you run the chair. All right. All right. On two. And what's ready?
Johnny Duvall would be covering me,
Right.
who covered me for 15 years, knowing I was going to run the
That's
chair.
right.
All right.
And he was younger, faster, stronger, and
Younger,
better.
fast, and strong.
All right. So the ball would be hiked to me. Back here, like, all right, ready, hike.
When
Comes
I
back.
start running out,
It goes out.
stop. I fake
Stop.
this way, fake this way. Whoa! But I didn't. Oh my God, I'm looped out of my mind.
All right.
All right.
We'll try that again.
Try that again.
I underscore you a little. What do you think? Two or three?
Two.
All right. And Bernie, you run the chair.
Okay.
On two.
On two.
All right. And then someone would hike it to me. So hike.
Ah.
Come back.
Whoa! This might take a while.
All right.
We just say normally I catch it.
You what?
Let's show
On the
third
phone, you're a
third
little
time's the
tough.
charm.
The ball's a little. What can I do? All right. Start again. All right.
All right.
On two. Bernie, you run the chair.
Okay. I got
On
it.
two. All right. So then someone will hike me the ball.
Yeah.
Ready? Hike!
Whoa!
Touchdown!
All right.
Touchdown, Giants!
Giants win again. All right. All right.
We need to walk Randy.
God.
Quick, Randy. Quick, Randy.
Randy,
exhausted. Quick, you better pour us some more
we
brandy.
need some more brandy. God.
God,
I haven't got a football from you in
This is the
12
year.
years.
We might come back this
We
year.
might come back.
The senior division.
I'm exhausted.
With safe rules. I'm giving it some thought.
All right, I'll play.
I know you will.
All right. Yeah.
Ah,
So the prophecies may be fulfilled, as Dad would say.
that's right. That's fine.
Okay.
That's fine.
That's all we need.
Grazie.
All right. Well,
Ah,
it's been fun. Good.
salud.
Salud. How do you want?
Doesn't understand that way.
Doesn't understand our ways. Well, this
Doesn't understand the way.
has been fun.
Now we need to end it.
Okay, you think?
A good
And
ending.
this documentary that
Yeah,
we're
yeah.
making now?
No,
Yes,
this
there's a-
documentary.
we need a conclusion.
Why do we have to end it?
Does it have a title?
I don't know yet.
I don't know.
We're gonna end it with you guys getting up and taking the lawn chairs.
And walking out.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what we got, I think.
All right.
Right.
And then
Well, we'll just talk to them. We'll say to
Or
Mom and Dad.
we could just say, we not have an ending.
this will be like an
You could just
conclusion,
say-
kind of.
All right. Or just say.
Just about
No,
something.
that's it, Brady. Don't you think?
Yeah.
I'll see you next week.
It's been enough.
We could do that.
Yeah.
See you next week.
Yeah.
Unless you want to have a
I want
I
to
should've-
toast.
I should have been. That would have been good to record that.
what?
Action.
All right.
I figure that's about it.
That's about it. Yeah.
Salud.
Salute, Mom and Dad.
Mom and Dad.
The Mondello boys.
All right.
All right. Oh my God.
God.
All right.
Gee whiz. You got your chair?
I got my chair
I'm gonna
here.
take mine.
Hey, Matt, you sure this is mine?
Yeah.
I think that's mine. All right.
I'll follow you.
Okay, let's go out. Because I'm the oldest.
You're going out now?
All right. All right, we're going out.
All right. All right, I'll see you.
Oh, it's funny out.
Oh, it's nice. In times like these, people are cleaning their garages and finding things that they shouldn't find. But when they find them, they decide to use them, no matter what the risk, because
who knows how long we have left. And so, here we go.